guys, me again. First of all, I want to thank all those parents that came up to Springview earlier today and picked up your packet from the Flushing Community Schools. All the fourth grade teachers, we got together and then we put this packet together for you. This is the packet that we will be teaching for the next about 2 weeks. It's a 2-week packet. And then probably in 2 weeks again, we're going to ask Mom and Dad to run up to Springview and to get another packet. We'll go from there. When you get your packet, you'll see everybody's emails on the front page. And then inside the front page here, sweet guys, is a little bit of a calendar of the next 2 weeks. What they're wanting you possibly to work on every day, like what do you work on today in math, what do you work on today in reading, and then in writing. So it's got all that. And at the very back and the bottom of the first page, you'll see where we're going to ask for you to sign it and then send it a picture to me, either in email or on the Google Classroom. And then I'm just going to document that maybe you did a lot of it or you worked hard on it. And then so we have a little bit of documentation of that, okay? So just do that at the end of the 2 weeks. You don't need to send it to me any time between now and then. Tips for the fourth grade, I want you to look this over, read it over. And it just talks about quality work, complete sentences. When you're doing some math, maybe underline what word tells you what to do, what operation. Go ahead and read that over with Mom and Dad, and so you're familiar with that page. I am going to work with you on some math in the next video. I'm going to try to do 8 to 10 problems for the first week's lessons. And then I'll do 8 to 10 problems in the second week on some of those problems. If you can see by the packet that you picked up today, most of the work in here is review. It's the work that we were doing actually right before we left for break. Okay, guys? And then if you look further in your packet, it's always a reteach and then a practice. The reteach shows you how to do it. And then you have a practice page to do afterwards. And if you also look after the math inside your packet, you will have the answer keys. And these are the answer keys to help you figure out and to check your own problems after you've done it. Maybe Mom and Dad, you might want to take those answer keys out. You keep those safely hidden until they've done the work. I got you guys. After that, in the math in the packets, you're going to go down, and I think it's writing. A couple just multiplication sheets, and there's a tent game. A tent game, I think, is you just fold it, and then you play maybe with somebody else, just reviewing your math facts, division and multiplication facts, just so you're really fast at them. Okay? Towards the back of your packet, you're going to find, I believe next is some reading. So the first week, it's the Ring of Fire. Remember, you read your questions first, guys, remember? And then after you read all your questions, you go back to the story. Read your story. Then when you go back to your questions, remember, highlight your answers. Okay? Remember that strategy that we did throughout the year in fourth grade. And then it also tells you when you do your comprehension questions here, complete sentences, go back into your story, restate your question and your answer. And all of you, this is review for us, right? Remember from One and Only Ivan and some of the other packets we've done some complete sentences. Then week 2, you'll have Remembering the Great Depression. So you'll do it again. Read your questions first, read your story, go back to the questions, highlight the information from the text, restate your questions in your answer, and put everything in a complete thought. Okay? All review. After that, we're going to do some informational reading. You have a little mentor text, a little bit of a rubric in here. when you guys do this writing assignment, I want you to think about the 5-paragraph writing assignments we've done. Inside your brown bags, I put all of the writing that we've done. Okay, so your persuasive writing, what other one? Your personal narrative. I'm trying to think of the other writings that we've done. Remember the 5 paragraphs. And then remember we highlighted that one of the story mapping that we did. Remember, get your topic, and then your thesis statement, that's in your introduction. And then the very first sentence to every body paragraph is your topic sentence from your thesis. Remember us doing that? If you don't remember, go back to some of your writing samples, and that might give you a little bit of an idea and spark a memory. This one here is informational. And the informational we're going to do is pick something that you know a lot about. If you want, what I was going to have you do is, remember, right, we were going to pick a person, or we were going to pick an animal. And then I was going to have you find 3 major facts about an animal. Remember that? We were going to do maybe the silverback gorilla, but we never got to it because we're on break. But anyway, if you wanted to even just pick an animal like the silverback, or we could pick maybe the elephant, Stella or Ruby from One and Only Ivan. And then pick 3 facts about them, maybe like their habitat, how they travel, what do they eat. And then get the facts about those 3 main topics, and then write a 5-paragraph. Okay, remember us doing that? So you might pick the silverback, and remember, they travel in their clans, and then what do they do, how do they eat, and what do they eat, and then come up with your 5 paragraphs. I know this is hard to do this all on video, but try to remember some of those things that we learned, maybe even on your persuasives, okay, and then go from there. And if you would rather just do another persuasive or another personal narrative or something that you know how to do, then just do that one. Better just practice, 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 okay? But if you look in this too, here's even some mentor text. You can go back to some of our rubrics here to give you a better idea of how to write that. All right, guys? Try to think of what else in here. And then more mentor text to do an informational writing, okay? And if this is too overwhelming, just go with what you know, okay? Don't try to stress over how to do something like this. Just go ahead and pick a writing, okay, that you already know how to do, and do that one right now, okay? And then remember a little bit of a story map. So this right here would be when you're, pick something that you know. Some of you boys out there, you could pick a sport, how to play basketball, how to hit a home run, okay? Ladies, how to do a certain position in ballet, or how to cheer, okay? Or pick an animal. I find that picking an animal or a person is a little bit easier to do, my personal opinion. So if you were to pick the silverback gorilla, and then put different facts around that, or I would definitely pick 3 categories of the silverback: where they live, what they eat and prey upon, how they move about, okay? And then you put all the facts that you're learning about the silverback gorilla on that. Then you can use this to get ready for your 5 paragraphs, okay? And then, okay, try to think of what else is in here. If some of you, this is the one right here, use the boxes and bullets, they call it. So you would put your topic in here. Silverback gorilla, this is an example, guys. Silverback gorilla. What silverback gorillas eat? So down here, list what they eat, how they find it, what they prey upon, right here. Then another one may be how silverback gorillas move about in the jungle, where they live. So you would put that there, where they live and how they move about where they live right here. Okay? And then there's a couple more in your packet of that too. Okay? Okay. It's a very thick packet. And anyway, then they have an area here where you can do your rough draft. So put your title here, a picture, a caption. We were going to remember get into context clues and all that. And remember I put up all those on that line in the room and we never got to it because we went on break. And then here's where you're going to write your 5 paragraphs on either your animal, a sport, a person, okay? Something that you know, how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, okay? Simple as that, right? But anyway, and this is where you would write your 5 paragraphs right here, okay? In the back of your packet, you're going to find something from the art and music teacher. They got together as well, and they came up with some items and things for you to do to keep enriched in art and music. And this here went home to all 4th graders in Flushing. Okay, so here's your art and music. Okay, and then if you ever need to get a hold of Mrs. Bowser or Mrs. Larner, Mrs. Rout, all that right here. Here are all of their emails, and you can contact them this way. Okay, then you have an activity chart for Jim. So Mrs. Rayburn was really busy making this up for all of you. So how to stay active and full of energy while we're away from school from Mrs. Rayburn. And then, then you have some science. Her next unit for all of you is going to be the human body, a little bit of anatomy here. So here she's got some key words, some strands for you to read upon, okay, for the human body. And then maybe a couple little activities to do, some questions and answers from the activity she has given you here. And that takes us to the end of the packet, the human body, okay? So I'm going to leave you looking through the packet and getting familiar with that. The next video that I'm going to share with you is I'm going to go over probably 4 lessons in math. So Mrs. Key is going to select like 4 questions on every page in the math, and then I'm going to do them with you, and so that you have a little bit more of a better understanding. Remember, you also have the reteach section up at the top. And always remember, if you don't know how to do it, go to your YouTube and put in there how to add mixed numbers. Boom. And there's some wonderful YouTubes to help you get through this. As always, you know my email. You know how to get me through Google Classroom. And all of you have my phone number. Okay? So, until our next video. And then remember, Wednesday, 1 o'clock, another Google Meet. So if you guys didn't hear from some of the other kiddos that weren't a part of it last Wednesday, maybe give them a call or reach out to them to make sure that they tune in to Wednesday's Google Meet at 1 o'clock. All right? And for those of you that did not pick up this packet, I believe the understanding is that they are going to now be mailed out to you. You could also contact Mrs. Humphrey. She might know when that might be. Other than that, have a great day, and I will see you next video. Bye-bye, guys. Love you and miss you.